Good morning. I'm Mary Ann Wilson, and I'm here to talk with you today. Roxy asked me to come because we had a wonderful experience of being able to take a tiger from a preserve and bring him home, and he lived with us for about 7 months. And at 7 months, they wanted to take him back. He had a brother and a sister on the preserve. So they wanted to take him back so that he could be with his brothers and sisters and get back into his natural habitat. My husband said, let's go for a ride and have breakfast. And I said, breakfast, that makes it worth it. So we popped out and went to breakfast, and little did I know, my husband had another plan. And that plan was, as he took me out to this preserve, and he had already been there himself. Well, the animals were just everywhere, and all types of animals. But we were focused on the 3 tigers that had been born. And to show you where we started, this was Miguel. The first night that we brought Miguel home, you might want to pass that around, Paul. And
that's cute.
the very first night we brought him home. And what they were trying to do was have people adopt them for a certain period of time, and we paid for all of his care, his food, his care, and everything like that. And we left the preserve with him, and Miguel cried all the way home. I had a migraine headache by the time we were quiet, just like that. And he had the white dots behind his ears. And in the forest, they don't move or make noises at night because that would let other animals know where they were. He was quiet all night long. Got up the next morning and he sort of got into the groove. It didn't take long. We started off with him with baby puppy dry mix, like you do for baby bottles. And we fed him with baby bottles with this puppy milk in it. And that didn't last very long because they do grow very rapidly. And they are carnivores. They eat nothing but meat. That's all they eat. And so we had him home, and pretty soon we had people coming from Atlanta, Georgia, people coming from New York, all friends, and all who wanted to see the tiger. And they came to our house and visited, and were able to actually touch him and play with him and whatever. He treated me, because my husband traveled, of course, and he got on a plane and left, and I had Miguel with me. And he treated me like his mom. And I was with him 24 hours a day practically. Yes. And he got really attached to me. And they have a great suction to suck from their mothers. And of course we didn't have that, so I'd be watching television and he would be on my lap and he would find my middle finger and he would suck on that finger with such power you would not believe. And just like, I guess he was sucking with his mom. And that went on, and we had him, as I said, 7 months. He grew and grew and grew, and with me, I could walk him outside without a leash, without anything. He would just go with me and follow me and did what I did basically. We had the basement is where we kept him, and it was fully furnished and all, and he didn't harm anything in the basement at all. All that time down there he didn't. And of course I practically moved to the basement to be with him. And then as he grew, we went from the powdered milk to chicken, ground chicken. And we found a little store out in the country that would grind it for us. And we would buy huge, big bags at a time because his appetite was getting so much greater. And so we took him and started with the ground chicken. And after the ground chicken, not too far, he started with the chicken legs. And he would eat the whole leg, but not pull on the chicken leg. He just would pop, and there it went, you know. But he ate all the bones and everything else. And then as he grew, we integrated to full chickens, skinless chickens. I was buying, and he just cut it up and put it down, and he would eat that. And he'd eat about 3 chickens at a time, the whole thing with bones and everything. Yes. So it was really quite an experience to become a tiger mother. And we just had a wonderful time with him. I have a lot of pictures here, and I don't, the one I sent you around was when we first got him. Thank you. And this is, I can pass this around, or we can split it up and pass it around, but it's all pictures, and you can see him with different people, and you can see from the first picture how much he has grown and how notice the size of his paws and his ears. Those are the 2 things. His paws were just like this. They were just gigantic. And I'll pass this around. I don't know, it might be too heavy for some people, but I can take them out if you'd like me to.
Oh, yeah.
How did he respond to visitors?
Great. The kids don't, you'll see pictures in here?
Well, you have 2 in this. You had only 1?
We had only one.
There's 2 there.
That was his brother and sister.
Oh.
We took pictures when we were there.
Oh, I see.
Yes. And in these pictures, you'll see different people with them. That's my husband in the red sweater. And here you go. Nobody bothered us at all. Nobody said anything at all.
Was a license required?
No,
No?
no. This was a long time back, quite a while back.
There's a couple there.
Bill, did the Department of Health ever bother you?
They didn't bother us at all, sir.
That's surprising.
We didn't have to register him or anything. We were keeping him for that length of period to help pay for his food and his care.
Did he have blue eyes?
No.
Blue.
Do they?
He may have something.
He had a yellowish green eyes. Yeah. And he's downstairs, and there was a pool table downstairs. There was a piano downstairs and all, and he never chewed or messed with anything. Yeah.
How much to play the piano, did he?
That would have been a great entertainment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much time is there between the first pictures and the last one?
About 8 months, 7 months. Yeah.
Not even a year old, okay.
Yeah. If you look at his paws,
Yeah.
when you see the other ones coming by, you'll see his paws are just.
Yeah, they're adorable.
There
and
he is
little.
on my daughter's neck, right on the
Yeah, I
side.
noticed.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
And he got so heavy, and she didn't feel comfortable going downstairs anymore.
What about his bathroom habits? You
You would have to bring that up, wouldn't you? Bathroom habits were, the mother actually licks and stimulates the babies to do their business. And what happened is I had to get a special glove and would have to stimulate him over the toilet when he was little. And then I did it outside when he was bigger. He learned to go on his own then. But as babies, the mother licks them, and that's what stimulates them to use the bathroom and all. So,
Mildred, how long did you have him?
We had him 7 months.
Was there something special about the 7th?
No, he was big enough, and they wanted to reunite him with his brother and sister so he wouldn't give up, fall back into what a tiger does, not what he was doing at my house.
What's the average life of the tiger normally?
I'm not exactly sure on that, but I would have to check. I really don't know, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Which preserve did you get? This one.
A preserve? Yes, it was in a small town outside of Cary, and the gentleman had grants from the government to collect these animals. A lot of them were let go, some of them were born there, and they were trying to help the animals over there and add to the animals of each species.
I thought you brought him over by plane.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, no, he was, excuse me, he was right there in North Carolina also. Yeah. So, preserve. That is his home with his brother and sister
Where's that at?
What's the location?
in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yes. He was born in North Carolina, and that's where he still is.
Okay, but they still have to feed him.
When we let him go, we didn't actually have a way of waving him, but they took him out just about this age right here. They wanted him to play with his brother and sister, so they would come get him in the morning and bring him back in the afternoon. And playing with his brother and sister, he got, what do you call it? Ringworms. I got ringworms. We both were just covered in ringworms. So I had to take medicine and all that too, as well as give him medicine. So I didn't like the fact that they came and got him and then brought him back, because he was in sanitary conditions at our house. And then being with the other animals is where he picked up the ringworm. And I picked it up, of course. He didn't need it. If we needed anything, we went back to the preserve and had him checked there. I'm going to send around some pictures here. Some of them will show one tiger, some of them will show 2 or 3. And all of these are Miguel and his brother and his sister. And they took him back at 7 months because he was really big then. And we went out to see him about, I would say a month later. We went out to see him. And we walked in the house and we were talking, and another friends were with us, another couple. And we were all talking, and all of a sudden, Miguel comes down the steps. All the other animals are still sleeping. He comes down the steps, came right up to me and put his paws right on my shoulder. He recognized me and everything, and it was a wonderful feeling. And
What other animals did he relate to?
what other animals?
Yeah.
We didn't have any animals at that time. At the preserve, he was in a cage. They had huge outside cages. And he was there mostly, but he didn't roam or anything like that.
Is he still alive?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. This picture is I went in the cage, the outside cage with them, and I was with the 3 of them, and I wasn't used to the brother and the sister. So here's a funny picture. We'll start this one this way. They were all trying to get to
Oh,
me.
look at the size of them.
Yeah, they were really big.
Yeah.
And I think this is just about the same picture. All 3
Did you
of them are
recognize him
coming.
by name, because you call him by name and you
Yeah.
know his name?
Yes.
This whole project sounds like the cat's meow to me.
The time that I had him,
Yeah.
Well, he started off, you saw the first baby picture.
Yeah.
And when he left, he weighed about 800 pounds.
Wow.
He could go anywhere he wanted. There was a sofa and chairs. I mean, it was fully furnished. He could sleep on the sofa. He could sleep on the chair. He could slept wherever he wanted. Yeah.
What does your husband do?
My husband is in the financial business, and he traveled a lot. And my daughter was in school. Our daughter was in school. So it was just Miguel and I during the day. And then in the evening, when my daughter went to bed, it was still Miguel and I.
Did she ever bring her school friends over?
Oh, yes, yes. A lot of people came from a lot of different areas to see him because they couldn't believe you could have a wild animal just in your basement, you know?
Did you have to wash them?
Not really. He pretty much cleaned himself. You know, once in a while, if something got on him or his saliva was so thick that when he sucked my finger, I put a towel under it because the saliva was like a really thick mucus like. And when he sucked it, he'd suck for hours at a time when he was littler.
What happened to the mother?
She stayed at the preserve until she passed away.
Oh.
Yes, yes.
Did he take to a pacifier?
Ma'am?
Did he take to a pacifier?
No, ma'am. We didn't offer him anything like that. No, he was wild. So, and he liked going outside. And I'll tell you a real funny story. And I'll have to watch the words, Roxy. I took him outside, and he just walked, and we lived on a golf course in our town. And I would take him, and he'd walk right beside me and go outside to relieve himself, and just like a dog, and took him out. And one day, some golfers were coming up, and they hit their ball way far off the hole and ended up right at my back. And they pulled up, and they said, "That's a tiger. That's a you-know-what tiger." Very expressive. And I got Miguel, and we went inside, and I was extremely careful about taking him out anymore.
He didn't go after the golf balls, did he?
No, he didn't. No. He truly stayed right beside me, as if I were his mother. He did everything. He just walked right beside me, yeah.